Time's up, Admiral.
Here it comes.
All kids out of the pool for adult swim. All kids out.
Lego Lord of the Rings Balrog raised eyebrows for what some fans say is an unfortunate pose. I see it. I see it. Oh, I see it. It's taking a piss on Gandalf.
You shall not!
And he says to her, listen, you got a fine white girl ass. So I don't like the look of this D. Listen, I don't need gay or straight boner pills. My boner works just fine.
Before you go, one question.
Yes?
Where in the galaxy is Sanusi?
Show us your tits and I'll tell you.
Yeah, I want to see boobies! I think I've died and gone straight to honker heaven. Boobs are amazing.
I could use honker heaven right now. I really could. I've already had a day. Howdy, y'all. Welcome to the Daily Dive, the Double Ds, where you, the chat, the gatekeepers, you are in charge. You make this show go round. Although today, I think I'm making it go round because just like yesterday, boy, do we have things to talk about. I've already, as I've had a day since I've had a past 15 hours or so, been a little nuts. Last night, here I am, right before we did stream last night, I'm getting ready to make dinner, and freak accident happens. Little bounce here, little bit misgrip there, and I had a 3-cup Pyrex measuring cup. Big one, this big. It was this big. Last night, I'm taking it out of the cupboard. Just not it, but some things were stacked on it. I'm trying to get to a smaller one. And it sort of lost grip, this and that, or it keeled over and then it bounced again and it hit the counter and it exploded everywhere. Everywhere. All over the kitchen. We're talking an explosion radius of 5 to 7 feet. And I'm just standing there, of course, cursing my brains out, looking at just a literal landscape of glass everywhere. And I'm barefoot. Took me an hour to properly clean it up. It was just damn. Because first I had to stand there and assess it. Then I had to figure out a way, because it literally went all the way into the hallway there. It's a small. This is the hallway there, but it's on the carpet, which means I had to carefully navigate my way out of there to get to my drawer where I keep my socks. So put a pair of socks on. Then I'd get some gloves, which only helped because I still pricked my fingers a few times cleaning it up. But it was a process. Then I had to clean up the big pieces. Then I had to corral the small pieces. And it's not like I have a broom and a dustpan hanging around. No one has those hanging around. So I pick everything up by hand, throw it in the trash. Then the vacuum cleaner to vacuum all the pieces up. Then here's how you deal with broken glass on a floor. Then you got to take a wet rag and you got to wipe up the floor to get all the fine shards that you don't see. And then you got to vacuum again. And then I had to vacuum the rugs. And I'm still finding pieces in here today because it bounced all the way in here. And they're in the carpet. Tiny little pieces. Still finding them. I had to vacuum the rug several times. Then I vacuumed the floor again. Then I wiped the floor again with a rag. So then the counter and any food that I had on the counter I was prepping was destroyed. So it was fucked up. It was fucked up. It was right before stream last night. About an hour and a half before stream, but you understand what I'm saying. So that was last night. And we had a decent stream last night, Jed and I. Turns out Sam was asleep. Sam slept through it. But then we did stream side, and then of course I chilled out, harassed Jeremy for a little while, which is par for the course. Then I went to sleep. Had a good night's sleep, and woke up this morning. And you know what I did this morning? I had to watch Starfleet Academy episode 3. Complete and total garbage. Garbage. As soon as we're done here, I got to get into my review. Point is, that was terrible. But here's how retarded that was. I watched this episode, have a little lunch while I'm doing so, processing how bad it was. Then I went back. You know what? Then I set the stream up. I got everything ready to go. I still had an hour and a half before this. So I thought, 2 hours technically. So I thought, I'm going to go back to sleep for a little bit. So I went back to sleep. Added an extra hour and a half of nap sleep time today. And Starfleet Academy was so bad that in my brief dreams, I started making it better. I started adding plot. I started adding actual character development. And when I woke up, I asked myself, what was real and what was my dream for the show? And and of course, after a couple of minutes, realizing, okay, wait. You were dreaming. What you dreamt what you dreamt didn't happen. The show is still shit. And then I had another realization, and I'll repeat this in my review this afternoon. Starfleet Academy is written like a Saturday, at least this episode, written like a Saturday morning cartoon from the 80s and the 90s, where you gloss over character development, you have very cheap things going on, and characters really flip-flop in their personalities. It's very bad, very bad. And now, of course, here we are. Here we are. The stream is here. The rules apply. $10 gets you an Adam rant, just about anything. $15, ask me a question. I'll tell you no lies. We discuss things together. It's a fun thing to do. $50 also gets you an instant hot take reaction to an article in the news you may see or one you may have found. And then, of course, $35 chat and you watch this reviews. I got dry throat. Damn it. I keep having this dry throat. It's terrible. It's like is it remnants of the sick? I don't know. Still, I'm at 0.5% sick still. It's terrible. It's annoying. So there's the rules. We're sticking to them. Couldn't take them away, though, because we got stuff to talk about here. What are we doing today? We got trailers today, guys. We got trailers today. I've seen a little bit, clips here and there. We've got the Masters of the Universe trailer. And we have the Maul Shadow Lord trailer. All of which the activist fans, the fake fans, the tourists, the stands say everything's fine. These are great. You're overreacting to this. All you hateful chuds are getting angry at this. Don't you understand? He has pronouns in his name. He-Man. We're gonna get to it. I gotta blow my nose real quick though before we start. Hang on. Sorry, that turned into a thing. Ugh. It turned into a thing. Ugh, so annoying. Oi. Okay, hang on. Can't see. I'm drying out my eyes. It's terrible. Ugh, anyway. So, all right. So, we've got trailers. We're going to react live trailers. I have not officially watched either one yet. Then we got the news and anything else you guys want to throw my way, because money would be good. Okay. why don't we not dilly-dally or shilly-shally anymore? Let's get to it. Let's get the right one up here because we got two of them. All right, so Masters of the Universe. Let's be completely honest here, because let's make sure everybody understands where I'm coming from when I react to this. I was there. I was there in the 80s. I was the original target audience for He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. I had the toys. I had Castle Grayskull. I had Snake Mountain. I had a lot of variations of He-Man. Had a Skeletor, Hordak. Even though Hordak is She-Ra, Hordak is still fucking Hordak. Had vehicles. Had all kinds of stuff. I was very into He-Man as a kid. So when I talk about this, I have the original perspective. I also have the adult perspective because it went back years later, during high school, a little bit after that. Some buddies and I, we rented He-Man VHSs because we wanted to see if it still held up. It did not. So here's the brutal, honest to goodness truth of original He-Man. It was a show made to sell toys, just like every cartoon in the 80s was. It was made to sell toys. It was also written for children. He-Man episodes back in the day were always there to teach you a lesson, a moral lesson. Nobody ever died. People got thrown around. The animation was, they took a lot of shortcuts. There's a whole history about how they took shortcuts when making that cartoon. And they didn't really do a lot of lore building in He-Man. It was really what happens every week. It wasn't until comics, stuff like that, where it got a little more hardcore. And personally, and this is a personal opinion, I really think the 2003 reboot that was done for Cartoon Network, I thought that was a better show. Better animated, better lore, better storytelling. It was a fantastic reboot that should have had one or two more seasons after where they cut it off because Cartoon Network was dumb. Because Hordak was coming. Point is, so when I talk about He-Man, I know what I'm talking about. I even have a horrible, sad story for when the Dolph Lundgren movie came out. For some reason we were in Manhattan because I lived in Jersey at that point. For some reason we were in Manhattan, and my mom took me to see it there. And I had a little stuffed animal with me, one of my favorites, a tiny little red puppy dog stuffed animal I called Mimi. For some reason, she let me take him with me that day. I have no idea why. That was very unusual for her to have me do that. And when we went to see Dolph Lundgren's Masters of the Universe, I left Mimi in the movie theater. Broke my little boy heart. But I don't hate that movie. That movie, now, don't get me wrong, the Dolph Lundgren movie is all kinds of wrong in terms of lore. But it had proper masculine little boy emphasis in it. It was made for this stuff. It was made for the right target audience because it was still appealing, and they even adopted a little bit of that into the action figures and the cartoon and stuff like that. Bottom line is, as I said, I am the original target audience. So I think I have a fair understanding of He-Man, okay? It was not about pronouns. It was not about emasculation. It was about adventure and fun. So here we are. We have a trailer right here for this new movie adaptation of He-Man. Not just He-Man, just Masters of the Universe. So we're going to watch this. I've only seen a couple of stills this morning. And I don't know if I'm ready for this. I don't know. So why don't we watch this? Here's a reaction. We'll be pausing. It's about a minute, a little under 2 minutes. Excuse me. And we'll, of course, be pausing to react. So here we go. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's 2 minutes, 24 seconds. I'm sorry. 2 minutes, 24 seconds. Let's do it. Here we go.
All that stuff that only exists in legends and bedtime stories.
Right there, that was the sorceress in bird form. Here's Grayskull. And they're going... One thing we could say about this movie, from what we've seen of and now this is total CGI. It's not very good CGI, honestly. I'm looking at this, total suspension of disbelief already. They're trying to invoke nostalgia berries with this because everything is literally a snapshot from the original cartoon. Just like Kevin Smith tried to lie to us a few years ago, I have a feeling this movie's going to try and lie to us too by overriding our nostalgia berry, memory matrix.
Talking tigers, spaceships, and magic swords that can make a man as...
All right, see, there it is. There's the original design of the power sword. And we're supposed to be enticed by this. We're supposed to be. I'll be honest. I never liked the original design of the power sword. I never have. I was never a fan of it. Even as a little kid, I did not like the He-Man power sword. I was more of a Sword of Omens, blazing sword kind of guy back in the day. Those were my preferred swords. If I had a choice, I would always take the Sword of Omens over the power sword.
as mighty as a god. Where I come from, that stuff is real.
All right, so my takeaway right here, Prince Adam is in the real world. If I'm going to guess right away, he was sent there to be hidden. And that already is fucked up. Why? Here's a question. Why must we be involving the real world? Because Eternia is the center of the universe. Why must we always involve Earth in this type of shit? Why? I don't want to involve Earth. Don't. MGM, remember now, this is MGM, Metro Goldwyn Mayer, an Amazon company. Remember that, kids.
Why did you send me away?
I wanted you to be safe. So I sent you to a place I knew that they...
Okay, so he hasn't lost his memories. He knows who he is. So there's Prince Adam being... I always forget his mother's name. Because in the original cartoon, King Andor and his mom, they didn't get a lot of screen time. So they never really imprinted their memories on me. But so Mom is rushing him away.
Never find you.
Is that supposed to be the sorceress right there? Hold on.
Safe. So I sent you to a place I knew that they'd never...
I'm assuming that's the sorceress right there. I'm assuming that's the sorceress.
Find you. There's...
And here we go. Here we go. Adam Glenn. He, him. This is the still I've seen running around. Now, already this tells me people in charge are doing. Now, is this... Some people are saying he's oppressed by this. Don't you get it? He's to escape this and go back to his masculine adventure. He didn't need to do this in the first place. He didn't. He did not.
This obsession with nerd stuff and sword things, it's not a good look for human resources.
I found yours. Have you seen the start of my how? If wait a minute. Okay. Wait a minute. If he was sent there as a little boy before he ever picked up the sword, why would he be looking for the sword if he hasn't ever transformed into He-Man before? That's what I'm asking. And why is it on a 24-hour clock? This is America. We don't operate, unless you're in the military, we don't operate on the 24-hour system. What the fuck? Still, point is, though, if he was sent here as looked like an 9-year-old boy, why would he be looking for the sword? Because Prince Adam does not take up the sword to become He-Man until he's a teenager. That's when he picks it up. Found your sword.
I know it sounds crazy, but that sword is gonna show me the way home.
How or why? How or why?
Sir, you can't do that.
Don't worry. The sword's mine.
How is it yours? I mean, here's the problem. I'm asking this from a serious lore storytelling perspective. If he was sent to Earth as a kid before first transforming ever into He-Man. How does he know what to do with it? And at the same time, I mean,
Hang on, it's about to get weird.
All right, there's what's her name? I know her from.
Hang on, it's about to get weird.
All right, I know her. She played Veronica in the Riverdale remake, in the Riverdale live action. There's your Tila. There's your Tila. We got to wonder what her behavior is going to be to him. We don't know. We can't tell from this scene. We can't tell. Now, attractive young woman. I mean, she was hot in Riverdale. But now remember, Tila is the daughter of Duncan, Man-at-Arms, who got it on with the sorceress. That's lore. That's canon. You know her. You know who plays Man of Arms in this? Idris Elba, a very, very, very black man. Idris Elba is a very black man. She don't look like that is the lightest of light-skinned half-breed I would have seen, and that means sorceress has to be Latina because that's a Latin woman. That is a woman of Latin descent right there. Some genealogy ain't making sense right now. It ain't making sense. Ain't making sense. Okay, so it looks like Tila's going to pick him up and arrive there. Once again, it looks like we are in the real world. All right, here's group shot. So what we have here, we got Prince Adam, we've got Tila, we have Duncan, Man-at-Arms, Idris Elba. We've got a Cringer who looks very stalwart there, isn't acting like Cringer, and I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is right there. I have no idea what that is. I do not. All right, it looks like they're arriving. They're arriving in an Eternia that's taking a beating because here's Grayskull, though. Grayskull should be on a mountain, not below the mountains. It should be, I don't know. It looks very simplistic. Again, here's a shot of Idris Elba. All right. Here, walking. Hold on, let's go back here again. All right. Still, I mean, listen. They're attempting to make it look like 1980s. But, they got Fisto. What? I swear to God, if he says, I'm going to fist this, and if he says, I'm going to fist this and fist that, granted, yes, that is nostalgia, but it was retarded and gay. Why? I mean, listen, not all the masters were of good design, okay? And Fisto is one of those designs that were not good. At least when they did the reboot, they made Ram Man applicable. I wonder who else is there. I wonder who else is in there that we can't quite see. But we give them credit. But here's the thing: this looks cheap. It looks cheap. That looks ridiculous. Fisto's arm looks ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? Take
Jared Leto's Skeletor. Let's go back.
Do.
Remember, Jared Leto is Skeletor. You guys know my opinion of Jared Leto. I have a very low opinion of Jared Leto. I don't think he's a very good actor. I think he ruins more movies than does good. And that is a complete CGI Skeletor. At least when Frank Langella was Skeletor, they practicaled his face up. And you weren't broken. I'm instantly broken out of suspension of disbelief because I know this isn't real. It's a CGI face. I'm tired of CGI. I really am.
Take the sword.
Whoa. Oh, well, Fisto. Jeez.
Protect them.
Wait a minute. Was that Idris Elba with an an American accent. Hold on.
Take the sword. You protect them.
You have Idris Elba, and you don't. You're making him use an American accent. It's Idris fucking Elba. Just have no. He's listen. He is a great actor. He's already miscast in this. Why are you rooting it even more, making him talk like this? Okay, I have the power. Oh, I always forget that guy's name. Yeah, because I'm gonna go right. I just want to switch it back here. Yeah, I know that. Rapjaw. I think it's Rapjaw. It's been a long time since I remember all the different names in this thing, and looks like he's gonna go. I have the power, and get buff. That Beast Man, was that supposed to be Beast Man? I guess that's supposed to be Beast Man. There's Evelyn fighting Tila, which isn't as.
I have the power!
All right, there's a look at him. All right, there he is in full He-Man garb. Trying to get a look at it. Snake Mountain. Completely CGI'd Jared Leto as Skeletor. Completely CGI'd. To try and look like old school Skeletor. All right. There's our first solid look at him not in motion. All right. Now, I don't expect anybody to be super bodybuilder ripped as He-Man. Because we're not going to do that. Looks like dude skipped a little bit of leg day, though. Looks like he skipped a little bit of leg day there. Once again, this looks cheap. It looks like a cheap version of what it should be. Looks like a cheap version. Oh, they got a little. Did you hear the end there? They snuck that in there. All right, June 5th. I will, of course, likely have to watch this for review. I mean, I'm going to. It's in my wheelhouse. Okay, here's the thing. This was a teaser. We didn't get the we can kind of get full story, and they're going to want to tell us that the him that we see, the oppressive boss, it's the world that Prince Adam shouldn't be in, where he's an emasculated guy. And if they manage to pull that off, fine. Problem is this now. I look at this, and to me, I'm trying to be objective here. This movie looks like all flash, no sizzle. It looks like they have amped up the 80s nostalgia bait to try and hype probably people like me who have fond memories of He-Man into doing this. But here's the problem. Here's an inherent problem with this type of storytelling here. When you connect it to the real world, I'm not interested. I'm not interested at all. Because I don't want to be reminded of the real world. This is why I really liked the reboot series in 2003. It was all Eternia all the time. A story about Eternia. A story about rebuilding the Masters, fighting Skeletor, all that kind of stuff. origins of He-Man revealed, stuff like that, where the original first king, stuff like that. This movie just looks like a giant nostalgia bait to me. Looks like a massive nostalgia bait. Down to the costumes, down to the designs of the weapons here and there. And I think it's going to be very light on substance. That's not always a bad thing, but something tells me right now, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and I'll say so when we review it. It looks like it looks like as though this will be very, and I'm trying to find the right words. Excuse me for the pauses. I'm trying to find the right words here because this is an off the cuff reaction. I did not preview this before we looked at this now. It just feels as though this movie is going to lean heavily on the nostalgia bait and not be very deep. We're going to have shallow characters, shallow relationships. This thing will, at max, this thing is 2 hours. My bet it's probably an hour and a half, hour 45 minutes. Any longer than that, and it's going to strain credulity for keeping me in my seat. For something like this, the amount of shit they're going to throw in there, it doesn't feel like there's going to be proper time for the characters. And I don't think it's going to do well. I don't think the core audience is interested. The original core audience. Because He-Man's a dead brand. It's a dead brand. Kevin Smith, in all his flamboyantness, tried to resurrect it, but failed miserably by soyifying all of it in those stupid 2 seasons he put out. And I reviewed one of them, still on the channel. We ripped it apart. It was god-awful. I don't know if this movie was made with love. I feel like it was made to grab attention and to be a quick, guys, remember He-Man was cool. And here's the thing. Just because I see things I'm familiar with doesn't mean I'm going to get excited. Doesn't mean I'm interested. In fact, all it tells me is that you're leaning too heavily on it to get my attention. It tells me it's all frosting, no cake. I'm not going to, I don't get, hearing him go, I have the power, it doesn't get a rise out of me. It doesn't get a rise out of me. Because I know it has to mean something. I know it has to mean something that Prince Adam has to become He-Man. But with the exception of Duncan and the Sorceress and Cringer, nobody's supposed to know that. We're going to say they're not supposed to know. Because there's supposed to be a definitive difference. Now, of course, the 80s cartoon literally had Adam and He-Man looking the same. That's just for toys. You go farther, Prince Adam's supposed to be small, scrawny, still a young man, while He-Man is ultra buff He-Man when you get the power of Grayskull. When you are running on nostalgia like this, but ignoring that key aspect. See, that's the problem with the very forward push of the nostalgia bait. You have to have all these people doing stuff. And the problem with also pushing the Earth starting point. You have to eliminate the core of Prince Adam as He-Man. Now, the Dolph Lundgren movie eliminated that completely. He was just He-Man all the time. We never even touched about is he the dual identity thing. And that was fine. That was fine. We accepted that. And they changed the aesthetic of that as well. But that's another conversation for later. This one, they've kept the aesthetic, but they're eliminating key plot points. And it feels like it will damage the relationships. Because you're supposed to have Teela lusting after He-Man, not knowing that Adam is He-Man. That was one of the things that was really great about the reboot. they were so close to having Adam admit that he was He-Man to Teela, because in that one they're the same age, and he's in love with her, but she's in love with He-Man. But then he's starting to win her over as Adam, that kind of stuff, and he was about to tell her the truth, leading up to it. It's really good. And then they went, then they canceled it. Point is, though, there's supposed to be character play. There's supposed to be the dynamic of Duncan keeping the secret, of the sorceress keeping the secret. I didn't see Cringer there. I just saw Battle Cat the whole time. And Cringer's supposed to be smaller than Battle Cat. That's the thing, too. Cringer's supposed to be smaller. Supposed to get bigger when he gets powered up. I don't know. I'm not sold on this. A lot of people are already going, oh my God, look at this. We got to give it a chance. I don't have to give shit a chance. Let's get that straight. I don't have to give anything a chance. I have to be seduced, as Dre would put it. I have to be seduced. And right now, I see a $10 prostitute on the corner who from far away might look hot, but up close is skanky. And I am paying that, and even for $10, it ain't worth the risk. We're gonna find out June 5th. We will find out. I'm not excited. I think, and anybody. Now, I'm not gonna run around. I'm not gonna flash the. We're not going to. Oh, he had the he, him, the pronouns. That I don't know what to say about that. It looks like it's a setup of a guy trapped in a bad situation where, in fact, he's a hero but being oppressed by bullshit. If they pull that off that narrative, then maybe we do have something here. But right now, I don't know. I do not know. Either way, we're going to find out in about 5 months. We'll find out in 5 months, and we will review it. Either way, right now, I am not impressed. I'm not even intrigued. Not even intrigued. I know. I bet some of you wanted me to rage and go crazy. No. I saved my rage for when I'm insulted. I wasn't insulted here. I'm a little confused. I will say I'm a little confused because it looks like I said, it's all frosting, no cake. That's what it looks like to me. All frosting, no cake. Looks like they want to tease you with the stuff that looks right, but underneath the frosting, it's just going to be meh. And right now, that's what I feel like this is going to be meh. That's my first instinct, because that CGI Jared Leto Skeletor, I ain't buying that at all. That has put me off. That has put me off. Full CGI Skeletor puts me off completely. Puts me off completely. All right, we'll see, though. We'll see. We'll get to it. All right, there we go. And I saw what you guys are saying there. You might have been right. You might have been right that I think in one adaptation, the mom is an astronaut from Earth. I think you are correct there. That is one adaptation, I believe. But they never really stressed that. They never really stressed that his mom was an astronaut from Earth. I mean, of course, that would explain why she sends him to Earth in this one, if they're going with that. I don't remember. Listen, remember, they don't stress that shit in the original cartoon. And they definitely don't think they did that in the reboot, which is most prevalent in my mind now. And I got to blow my nose again. Hold on. I swear, there has not been a stream in over 2 months where I haven't had to stop and blow my nose during it right now. It has not been a stream where I haven't had to stop and do that. It's terrible. Anyway, you could say that, Legatus, but that CGI was good. It was believable. It didn't break the suspension of disbelief. You're listing things right now that work because it looked good. That CGI Skeletor doesn't look good. It's not well done. There is a meme out there, and it's true. Special effects from 20 years ago, the CGI looks better than it does today. In their attempt to constantly refine it, they have made it look worse. They make it look more fake. The uncanny valley is a thing. Anyway, Kratos, El Grados for $15 on Stream Elements. Article in the DMs incoming. Okay, so we have an article. Once we get through our reactions and the news, we've got an article to look at. Thank you, Kratos, $15. And you're right. I will agree with on this. It could have been worse, much worse, but there's still something about it I do not trust. I do not trust it. That was not. I don't think that was Orko. There is an android character whose name I don't remember right now, but that might have been him. I don't know. Kel's lost. He's out, and you have every right to be. I mean, look, I'm not. This doesn't. And I've seen the stan reaction, especially some of the grifter stans who are anti-Chud rage baiters. Those pieces of fuck. They're all going, oh, they're gonna rage over the pronouns. Oh, well, newsflash, I didn't rage over the pronouns. I didn't rage over it once I saw it in context of the trailer and understand what it might be. But it still doesn't leave a good taste in my mouth. I don't trust this movie. And like I said, the story itself doesn't make sense. Why? Yeah, how can he ever have been? This essentially is going to be his origin as He-Man when you think about it. That's what this movie is. This is the origin of him becoming He-Man. But he's already an adult. He never had any sort of training or prep to be He-Man. Granted, Adam never did in the other one too. He just gets when you get the sword, you get the knowledge and the power. But there's something missing here. There's something missing, and I think the acting is going to be dog shit in this movie too. That's one thing that's going to be a problem. The acting is going to be dog shit. I think that too. Whew. Well, there you go. Masters of the Universe. I might bring this back up on Sunday. We got a lot to talk about on Sunday already, so I don't know if I will, but we might. I mean, yeah, you're right, Joxer. I mean, if they actually have a movie in there, I just think the movie's going to be cheap, and I think it's going to be a shallow movie. And not shallow, dumb fun, shallow, try hard. I think that's the way to put it. I feel like this movie, after seeing this trailer, it's going to be shallow, try hard. They're going to try so hard to pretend to be the original type of movie, the original type of show, that they don't understand that the original show was very thin, not very deep. But the lore got deep later on. And if you're going to ignore it for the cheap, nowadays, you're not going to get... I don't know. This isn't... Here's the thing. If you want to compare it to something right now, let me get a drink first. If you want to compare this right now, we've had recently another trailer that leaned super into its aesthetic, and that was the Street Fighter trailer, the Street Fighter 2 trailer. That thing clearly is not trying to be anything more than it is, and which is why it got such a positive reaction. And this is garnering the people who love everything reaction and the people who are skeptical. And then there are the grifters who are just hating it for hating's sake. There are people out there who are going to hate this just to hate it. I am just not sold. I didn't hate what I just saw, but it has there is something about it that is unsettling when I look at it. Try hard is the best way to put it. Try hard. It's trying hard. Anyway, we got another trailer though. We are not done. We have another trailer to look at here. Let's get it up here. Disney Star Wars is back with one of their few outings this year with Maul Shadow Lord. Let's get one thing straight. Dave Filoni bringing back Darth Maul is one of the biggest mistakes he ever made. And he made a lot. Darth Maul should have stayed dead. He didn't have much of a story. He didn't need much story. He was an Enforcer Sith in Phantom Menace. And I didn't care anymore after that as a Star Wars fan. I did not. But Dave Filoni brought him back. And he has gotten more story, more tease than that. And here we are, bringing back Sam Witwer as the voice. Sam Witwer, who is as broken as everybody else is. So I don't want to hear that, oh, Sam Witwer, he digs Star Wars. No, Sam Witwer is as much a goon as anybody else is in Disney Star Wars and associated with Disney Star Wars. So here we go, Maul Shadow Lord. We're getting a season. Now, I am not intending to watch or review this. I don't waste my time with the animation crap of Disney Star Wars because it's always retarded. There's no point to reviewing. It's always retarded. And it's always rehashing shit that nobody cares about. It's not like Ahsoka, which is manna from heaven retardation. This is just unnecessary dumb. So let's check this out. 1 minute, 47 seconds. Here we go. Streaming April 6th. Okay.
Times have changed. I will show you the galaxy for what it truly is.
All right. Clearly, we are into the Imperial era. You saw stormtroopers. This is Maul giving the voiceover here.
See things from a new.
And that's Maul right there. You can tell with his legs. You know what? I mean, here's how retarded this is when you think about it for a second here. The whole point of this is dumb. Because if Rebels is canon in Disney Star Wars, which it is, we know he's going to die to Obi-Wan in the 3-second duel. We know the fate of Darth Maul in Disney Star Wars. What is the point of this then? What is the point? This is the failure of prequel storytelling. Always has been. Adam, you like the prequels? Yeah, I like the prequels. But they're a historical snapshot. They're filling in the blanks of the history. So I'm okay with it. This is worthless and pointless. And why is it so Japanese? I mean, fuck off.
Perspective.
Is this what our future holds? Always.
Oh, look, a Jedi. Oh, another Jedi that survived Order 66. You didn't get rage on the last one. Now you're going to get rage out of me on this one. Because we know what we're fucking dealing with here. God damn.
Running.
I invite you to look more closely.
What are we dealing with?
What are those fucking stormtrooper helmets there?
I invite you to look more closely.
What are we dealing?
What am I looking at? We're in the Imperial era. Why do you not have classic stormtrooper helmet design?
Good question.
And they're trying to get you with this seedy, dark, menacing music.
And I offer you an opportunity.
Fuck off. Fuck off. That also, hang on. And what was that sound it made? And that's barely big enough to be a double blade.
Maul.
From the creator, Dave Filoni.
We have all been made to suffer. We survive.
All right, let's remember this for a second here. He is another pawn of Palpatine here, according to Disney Star Wars. He's a pawn of Palpatine. He's not acting on his own.
But do not live.
Another Force user. Once again, how they have just completely made Order 66 insignificant. Dave Filoni really is the fucking worst. He really is. Every time Dave Filoni introduces another piece of shit into Disney Star Wars, he reduces the significance of Order 66 because more Jedi keep surviving. More and more Jedi survive every damn time.
the Emperor.
They're sending. Is that gas? Is that gas bag? So, what is the point of this? That's the gas bag Inquisitor that Ahsoka defeats in season 1 of Ahsoka. What is the point of this? And those fucking spinning lights. This is so stupid. It's a narrative circle. They just keep. Dave Filoni goes in circles. And Maul is working for Palpatine. Why are the Inquisitors hunting him? Why does Palpatine want him dead? If we take into account Clone Wars, after Palpatine annihilates both Savage and Maul, then he left him alive as a pawn. Why does he want him dead if he's a Palpatine pawn? Dave Filoni can't even keep his old shit intact. He can't. He cannot.
Chains can be broken.
Hang on!
And empires can be shattered.
Empires can be shattered. But A New Hope still happens. So whatever happens here is meaningless. This is the bullshit of Dave Filoni storytelling, cramming things into that 18-year period between the end of Revenge of the Sith and the beginning of A New Hope. There is not enough room for all the bullshit they stuff in there. Doesn't work. Empires go, what? None of this matters because the Death Star still gets built. Alderaan still gets exploded. Luke still survives, but thanks to Reva only, because that count. Remember, Obi-Wan counts in this too. This is all bullshit. And almost knocked my pop filter off again there. It's all bullshit. None of it makes sense. The narrative of Disney Star Wars is a mess. What is the point of any of this? But all the stands and the clapping, oh my God, yeah, we don't get it. No, this is dumb. This is stupid. This is retarded. And I ain't watching this shit. You all are gonna have to make me watch this shit. Yes, this is before Rebels. Because we know his fate. He loses the 3-second duel to Obi-Wan on Tatooine in Rebels. We know his fate. This is bullshit. Horse shit. And dumb. And not bullshit as, oh my God, you're ruining this for me. No, bullshit is this. It's all terrible. None of this should be happening. This is cheap. It's pathetic. It's sad. And it's Dave Filoni to a goddamn T. And no one's going to watch this. Like every other piece of Disney Star Wars shit that comes out, nobody's going to watch this. It's going to come and go. And they'll do this on a weekly release. They're not gonna dump it all in one day. They'll get a weekly release because if fucking Bad Batch gets a release every week, this will get a release every week, and all the stands are gonna cry, "Oh my God, I can't live without this. I need it every time." Ugh. Doesn't save anything. Disney Star Wars is still garbage, and I ain't watching this shit unless y'all make me. That's for damn sure. All right, Maul Shadow Lord gonna be shit. No one's gonna care. Let's make sure we're done here, though. Hold on. Yeah, just the logo. Fuck off, Disney. Fuck off, Lucasfilm. Fuck off, Dave Filoni. Jeez. What a fucking joke, man. What a fucking joke. Yeah, it's a series. Probably about 10 episodes. Probably about 10 episodes of shit. Let's get to the news. Anything else here? All right, let's get to the news. Let's see what's going on. We can't ignore what goes on in the rest of the show here. It's been an hour since I did this. Let's refresh these. Oh man, I was hoping to be done by now. I gotta get to my Academy review. See, here's the problem. I got from this point on, I have about 2 hours to get to my review done because then I gotta go out because it's gonna fucking snow here. Let me check the forecast again. Yeah, it's gonna snow on Saturday, which is when I usually do my shopping right now. Part of my shopping. And means if I wait till Saturday, ain't nothing gonna be there because it's gonna hit us hard on Sunday and it's gonna go into Monday. So I gotta go shopping tonight because I don't have access to my car tomorrow night. So I gotta go shopping tonight. And that's annoying. That's annoying. So I have to get as much done on the Academy review. Now I'll probably get all the recording done, but the editing is probably going to be pulled up short because I have to go out. So we gotta get through this shit. Let's go. Let's fucking go. And we still got an article to read, so we got a lot to do still. Damn. But thank you all for being here. Thank you guys for hanging out. I hope you guys are doing okay out there. Maul doesn't appear in Mandalorian. He doesn't. Hey, it's not my fault that this fucking area shuts down when snow hits. It's not my fucking fault. It's not my fucking fault that people react crazy to it, but I have to go with the flow. I got to go out there and I got to buy the shit I need before it's all gone. Maul was never in Mandalorian. Maul is long dead before Mandalorian. Maul is dead before A New Hope in Disney Star Wars. And in real Star Wars too, if you cut out his crap in Clone Wars. That was Solo. That was Solo. A Star Wars story. All right, news. Let's go. New Fable open world video game sets fall 2026 release date for Xbox, PlayStation. Whoa! All right, that's a big deal. That is a big deal that the new Fable game will be on PlayStation. And if they made the chick not ugly, I will be down for this. I will be down for Fable on PS5 if they fixed the ugly chick. If they didn't fix her, I don't know. I am interested, though. But they have to fix her. They have to fix her. And I think they did. I don't know. Anyway, that's interesting. That is interesting, though. Fable on PlayStation for the first time. NBA champ J.R. Smith takes his second act to the fairway with Oakley. I don't care. Ryan Murphy's The Beauty now streaming on Hulu. I don't care. We're going to breeze through this stuff. I'm not going to do that. Yeah, I saw that, Kel. And I'm really not interested at this point. That's not till the fall. That ain't happening until the fall either. I watch you guys play enough of that. I'm really not interested in Enshrouded. I'm not. I'm really not at all. I don't like the aesthetic of it. I don't like the gameplay of it. I really don't. I'm not into it. Can California's improved $750 million incentive really revive production of the Golden State? How about no? Ryan Coogler feels really fortunate after Sinners earns a bunch of nominations at a worthless award show called the Oscars, which nobody watches. Let's see. X went down again. I wasn't aware. Harry Styles, once again. What's the deal with him? Let's see. Bob Costas returns to NBC as host of Sunday Night Baseball pregame show. Sure. We're just going to go through this. Warner Brothers Discovery says over 93% of shareholders have rejected Paramount's inferior scheme in favor of Netflix deal. Again, this whole Warner Brothers, Netflix, Paramount, it's all a clown show at this point. It's all a clown show. Oscars diversity report. Don't give a fuck. The trailer, we just talked about that. Anything else? More gay hockey crap. Moving on. The secret agent star does something, don't care. Timothy Chalamet makes Oscar history with Marty Supreme's youngest man with 3 acting nominations. Who cares? Woe is acting, male acting, the male acting roster that Timothy Chalamet is at its top right now. Woe to all of it. K-pop Demon Hunters lands 2 Oscar noms. Yeah, but you know what didn't? They snubbed Demon Slayer. They snubbed Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer, superior movie. Don't care. David Elson's crying some more. Really don't care. No. No. None of this is interesting. We'll go one more. None of this is mattering. It's all fluff and bullshit. I don't care. Mass Singer. Why do people watch that? I don't understand why people watch that. Nobody cares about Percy Jackson anymore. Nobody does. I guess they replaced Courtney B. Vance. He's the new Zeus. Why making it black? That's it. Moving on. It's all bullshit. Nothing interesting there. Okay, we already talked about the Fable thing, which is interesting news. Double Fine's online multiplayer Pottery Party Brawler Kiln refires for spring release. That's a lot of words for something I'm not interested in. Fable, fall 2026. Oh, so it's a fall 2026? Okay. Either way, I am intrigued. I'll check out a trailer. Beast of Reincarnation gets a new look at action RPG hybrid combat and a summer release window. I think I've heard of that, and I'm not quite interested in it. I don't like anything where I transform into a furry. I don't. Xbox announces Forza Horizon 6 launch date and looks like a Gundam will be involved. That's weird. Mall, blah, 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 blah. Oscars, blah, blah, blah. Are we cooked? Pokemon Go looks to be adding a new currency to access mega raids, though players are split on whether it will revitalize mega Pokemon. Pokemon Go is retarded anyway. Don't care. Giant floating octopus headlines new horror comedy game, Inky Blinky Bob. Yeah, no thank you. Now you can show off your favorite Pokemon on Secret Lab Titan Evo gaming chair. All right, here's the thing. These chairs are shit. They are not comfortable. They're not made for men. They're made for tiny men and tiny women. Real large men do not fit in those chairs. And they're shit. Those armrests are hard plastic. Your elbows are going to hurt like hell, and they're cheap as shit. They will fall apart in here. And those leg rests, I tried a few of these types of chairs with the leg rest that pops up. Yeah, those things break. These things are not meant for serious use. They're cheap. They're bullshit. And you should not be dropping money on them. They fall apart. They're the cheapest made chairs in the world. Secret Lab chairs. They could fuck right off. Is He-Man versus Jared Little Skeletor in debut Master of the Universe? Oh, we already saw. Whatever. Nintendo announces Super Mario Brothers Wonder Switch 2 Edition release date, plus Elephant Mario and Captain Toad Amiibo. Yeah, but people already have it on the Switch. Maybe if it had been a Switch 2 exclusive, you might have had something there, but you don't. New League of Legends, the trading card game Riftbound, has posted explosive early growth since launch, with searches surging over 300%. I don't care about League of Legends. Beyond Good and Evil 2 fans can't believe the game has miraculously survived Ubisoft's major project cull. Yeah, sure, I'll be surprised with you. Don't care about the Oscars. Of course, why do they have to put one battle after another in front of that? They want commie Marxist Antifa the movie to do well, don't they? Helldivers 5 5.02 patch brings better balancing and actual stealth gameplay. Helldivers 2 is still a thing, I guess, huh? I would need to be told this. DC Batman movie Brave and Bold sounds a long way away. Waning interest. Uh-oh. Now listen, we covered that yesterday. We'll cover that more this weekend. And the Ubisoft culling with Prince of Persia. Yeah, who cares? Universal Studios bringing Pokemon World to life as it rolls out world-class attraction in global locations. How's Fallout Season 2 doing compared to Season 1? It's not doing well. It isn't. Nobody's watching. Nobody's talking about it. Thanks to bigger news, more interesting news, nobody even cares about this anymore. And I'm glad I'm not reviewing it. Would have been a waste of my time. It was a waste of my time. Pokemon Legends ZDA version 2.01 launches, and here are the full patch notes. Okay, that's a dermy thing. Warhammer 40K Space Marine 2's upcoming Tech Marine class has a unique ability that has fans very excited indeed. Yeah, even if I was playing, I probably wouldn't play it. I'm not interested in the Tech Marine class. Just not. Mario Kart World Update. Yay. Fans fight to keep Anthem alive. Good luck with that. Metroid Prime producer reported leaving Nintendo after 40 years. Unsure if there will be another game to wrap up Silux's story. I don't care. Ron Perlman, the only Hellboy I'm interested in doing is Hellboy 3. Listen, Foot for Face, you're too old now anyways. We don't care. Marvel Rivals pays tribute to classic K-pop dance. Why? Anything else? Nah. All right, moving on. Dixie Kong, we covered that yesterday, didn't we? Don't care. Hate Donkey Kong. Netflix claims it debated theatrical distribution before Warner Brothers bid. I'm not opening that can right now. James Gunn taps. All right, we talked about that. It's yesterday's news. James Gunn denies rumors of Batman, Wonder Woman, DC debut, and Man of Tomorrow. Well, James Gunn is a liar, so we're not going to believe anything he says. It's one of my rules to live by. And yesterday's news. So there it is. There's the news. It was brief. It was quick. We only spent a few minutes on it because we're overtime right now. We're overtime. So let's see. Kratos has sent me something in DMs that for the $15, I am required to read and react to. So let me fire up my DMs and see what he has sent me. Come on, load up properly. There we go. Here we go. Okay. Well, another pleated jean. So it looks like we're doing another list here. Let me blow my nose, and we will get into this. And we'll see how I react to whatever Kratos has gotten for me here. Oh, there we go. There we go. I am almost out of tissues now. I got one box left, though. I'm going to make it to tonight when I go get more. So I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it. I'm not going to run out of tissues this time. Doing better, though. The box of tissues lasting longer. Which means I'm getting better. I'm almost better. Okay, what do we got here? 35 plus funny food crimes against sushi that deserve a wasabi nose ring. Okay, we have a problem here. I don't like sushi. I think raw fish is disgusting. So I'm already biased against this. You should have checked this one with me. I thought I made that clear. I think sushi is disgusting. I don't like eating raw food. Never. I don't want to hear from you, Footman. I don't want to hear from you. I have a... No, I'm not going to take your bait. Moving on. Sushi supposed to be elegant, balanced, subtle, but somewhere along the way, things went off the rails. Whether it was home cooks getting bold, or by bold we mean unhinged, or restaurants inventing things no one asked for. That is a crime across the culinary world. Some foods do not belong together. They just don't. Right? They just don't. I don't want to hear it from you. I know what the fuck you eat sometimes, Weasel. I don't want to hear it from you either. Anyway, some are creative, some are crimes. Most all of them deserve to be seen. If only we can collectively whisper, why? All right. Bread sushi at our corner bakery. I mean, you're wrapping sushi in bread. I don't really see the problem. So you added a little starch to it. I don't see the problem. All right, that's disgusting. Pineapple on anything is disgusting. Pineapple on anything is nasty. Ugh. Sushi burger. How is that even possible? That looks revolting. Is eating sushi at an churrasco, Brazilian barbecue, in the same plate an abomination? I don't know. Sushi hot dog. I had a Brazilian restaurant, basically giant hot dog shaped in a hot roll. Yes, it's cream cheese. Ew, I don't like cream cheese. I just don't. Never have. I mean, I know it's part of the recipe for rugula, which can be good, but I'm just really not a fan. Avocado sushi cake. I don't think those flavors go together. The obsession with avocado. Rice hot dog shawarma. What the fuck? That looks revolting as well. Sushi is hors d'oeuvres at Renaissance Montreal. I don't see a problem with that. No, I don't see a problem with that. I did kind of blank roll, but Nomad is kind of hard. So that's just all right. So that's just somebody who's having a rough time rolling that up. Anyway, local restaurant in my city started selling sushi Easter eggs. What's that around it? I want to know what that is around it right there. I want to know what that is around it. Is that sour cream? Creme fraiche? I don't know. Still, here's the problem with this right here. From a construct. And listen, I was taught how to do some basic sushi stuff at culinary school. Nothing fancy, just some basic shit. You've overloaded the fish right here. Sushi's supposed to be a small piece with a little bit of something. You've overloaded here, and that's the palm of this dude's hand. That's too much. It's supposed to be a delicate bite of something, not in a thing like that. Hot Doritos roll. Oh, that's gross. I don't like Doritos either. Hot Doritos roll from a local place. Crab, avocado, cucumber, spicy mayo coated in Doritos and spicy mayo. It wasn't bad, but I didn't love the Dorito coating. Once again, you're forcing flavors together that shouldn't be. You don't put avocado on everything. No. Made some sushi cake for my friend's birthday. Is that rice? Once again, here's the thing. What I'm seeing from the problem with these is that the concept of sushi is it's small bites, like this much of each bite is this much. You're not supposed to have giant pieces or giant crap-filled slices of sushi. It defeats the purpose of the dish. Small, delicate bites dipped in a sauce of your choice and eaten. That's how it works. My hot rolls turned out funny. I cooked it for the first time, but that doesn't mean they aren't tasty. Well, if you cooked it, then you kind of defeated the purpose. Everyone says it's terrible, but it was delicious. Sesame seeds are horrible. They stay in your shit. Don't eat that. Sesame seeds are terrible. That looks just revolting. I still can't get over this sushi corn dog. If you deep fried it, then it's not sushi anymore. Once again, we're seeing all of these seems to be defeating the purpose of sushi. Sushi suspended in Jell-O. Oh, that's disgusting. Vegan sushirito. It's fish. You can't have it be vegan. Fish is meat. Presented without caption. That's not even sushi. It's not even sushi. Fried sushi on a stick at Albi Sushi, Toronto Food and Drink. Again, if you've cooked it, it's just, then it's not sushi anymore. Sushi is raw. Sushi sashimi, it's all raw. It's raw fish. Again, gross. That is gross. Sushi panettone. If you've cooked it in any way, shape, or form, not sushi. All you can eat barbecue place. That all looks disgusting right there. That all looks vile. I ordered a crime. The blue thing is blue chorizo syrup. Still delicious, though. I don't even know what that is. Don't want to know what that is. Sushi hot dog. Gross. Again, sushi is small bites. It's not supposed to be packed into something. No. No. Our story. What? This is food is art. Art meant to be eaten. Not art to be waved around before eaten. Ridiculous. I ordered sushi cone. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the cone is supposed to be seaweed, right? So I tried making Philadelphia rolls with old nori. Yeah, it looks like crap. Sopa de sushi. Sopa de legume. And legumes are vegetables, by the way. That's the French for vegetables. So sushi soup. And I guess you could make the soup and then drop the sushi in there and it'd be a cold soup. That looks disgusting, though. That's been sitting there for a while. Look at the film on that. Ugh. Committed the crime today. Guess the country. Shitsville? Shitistan? This is all revolting to look at. No. Yeah, so he's dipping his sushi in ranch. 40 content HR might call local authorities. All right, listen. I don't like ranch dressing, and I think there's a weird obsession with people dipping shit in ranch. But if you want to dip your sushi in ranch, I'm not going to stop you. If you like the flavor of ranch on your shit, go ahead. I'm not going to stop you. I think it's disgusting. But dip it whenever you want. Just don't put your dick in there. Is that spam? Oh. What am I even looking at here? I don't know what I'm looking at. Sushi poutine. No, that's gross. Again, it's not sushi if it's cooked. That's cooked. I could see it's cooked. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's just funny. That's just funny. That's not sushi. That isn't sushi at all. That's just raw fish on top of rice. That's not been prepared properly in any way. Was told you guys would love this. Homemade. Sushi salad? Sushi casserole? Gross. Well, there you go. All right. I don't know if I don't know what I think Kratos expected me to actually be offended, but I'm not because I don't like sushi to begin with. But it was a thing. Anyway, all right. Thank you, Kratos. Check with me on the foods I like next time. You might get a better reaction if it's something I like. So, anyway, there you go. There you go. Wait, was this the thing you thought I would get raged over? No. No, this was nothing. Please. I'm unimpressed. All right. There we go. Thank you, everybody. We've had a good one today. So let's wrap it up. I'll give you guys another minute to think things over. Okay. Well, I like cooked fish. You don't cook sushi, but you can cook fish. Anyway, all right. So what do we got? As soon as we're done here, I'm going to do some editing work from the stream, and then I got to get to work on my review for Starfleet Academy, episode 3. Now, because as I said, my schedule is a little rough this afternoon. I don't know when that review is going to be out. My guess the review will be out later tonight, just because I cannot be rushed. It takes the time it takes. So we'll get to that. We'll begin working on that within the next hour. Tomorrow is Friday. We got Ballbusters. I don't know what Dermy's planning for the most part. I have an idea, a couple things he thinks he's going to do. I know one thing he's going to do. He's going to want to talk about Ubisoft on Friday. I know that. I don't know if we have a guest. He hasn't told me. Other than that, this weekend we got a drive-in upload. Will be Rising Sun. Jed and I are going to try and get that recorded and uploaded Saturday night. We've also got Where No Man Wants to Go reviews, 6 p.m. Saturday on Rush Channel and on Jed's. Brad will be joining us. So we got the whole, all 3 captains will be there. Then Sunday, Roundtable, 3 p.m. Eastern. We got a lot to talk about on Roundtable. We got a lot to get into. So it should be a good one this weekend. I hope you guys are going to be there. And I hope you guys had a good time anyway. A lot of new people showing up, watching. The channel is growing. Starfleet Academy may be shit, but it's being good to me. So either way, thank you, everybody, for joining me today. I hope you had a good time. You can show me by hitting that like button, subscribing to the channel, watching the videos, leaving comments, liking everything you see, spreading the good word. We're moving, we're shaking, we're having a good time. I will see you guys later on today with my Starfleet Academy Episode 3 review. Until then, have a good rest of your day. Take it easy.